Hello everyone, my name is Vanillaraccoon and welcome to the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. In this episode, we are going to be doing a few things, but before we get into all of that, I would like to apologize because in the previous episode, I completely forgot to do something of the utmost importance that I kept blabbering about, and so what we're going to be doing at the start of this very episode is just that. So for those of you who are wondering what I am referring to, it is the crafting of book houses. Now for those of you who have no idea what a book house is, where I live throughout the city, we have these little houses that look like bird houses, except they're public libraries. So essentially what you can do is take any book that you no longer want, and you can just walk up to a book house, open the tiny little door, and then place it inside and wait for someone to come along, pick it up, and then begin to read it. But the rule is that once you have finished reading it, you must give it back to one of the many book houses that is throughout the city, and it's just a neat little way that you can go ahead and find a new read to enjoy and share with others. But seeing as how most of my bookshelves that I have are being used for my enchanting station, I am gonna have to take some of my 35 emeralds that we have right here and just acquire some more bookshelves. So let's go ahead and get one. Now, one thing that I know about librarians or villagers in general is that when you do a trade with one, you will be able to reset some of their other trades that are no longer available, such as the 27 paper for 1 emerald. So let's go ahead and see if we can do another trade for a bookshelf and if that will do the trick. Now, one way that you can tell is by seeing those purple particle effects appear just like that, as if they were fart bubbles or something else. I'm not entirely sure, but let's go ahead and see. And yes, we can now trade 27 paper for 1 emerald. But seeing as how I do not have enough, well, actually, wait a minute. Let me just go ahead and see. Yep, I do have enough to get at least 1 emerald back. Thank you, good sir. It was a pleasure doing business with you. But what I want to do next is I just want to find one of my nearby double chests that has some building materials, and then we can go ahead and begin to establish these bookshelves. So what I'm going to do simply is I think I grabbed a little less wooden materials than I thought I did, but let's just go ahead and craft up some sticks, and then we're gonna need to make just a few more planks so then we can make these spruce fence posts, and then from there let's go ahead and just do something like this. And we're gonna actually need a little bit more. No, we do have enough. It's a little late in the evening as I record this video for you, so please bear with me as I may derp a lot on camera. But let's just go ahead and make a few more trapdoors just to play it safe. We're gonna make this, and then that will be that. So to indicate that this is going to be a little book house, we are just going to go ahead and plant one down right here. We're going to take our bookshelf, place it on top just like that, and then that way we can have these trapdoors acting as little side walls, and then to act as a roof, we're just gonna place a spruce slab just like that. So that way, if and when we come along this NPC village in the future and we want to take a book off the shelf to read, then we have easy access to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to continue to place them throughout the village, and then when I bring it back, we are going to be moving on to the next little project. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video is that I am going to be acting as another content creator, and this is just a fun little game that you and I can play. So if you would like to take a guess as to which content creator I am acting as, then feel free to share your guess down below in the comment section, and the first one to win will receive a special prize. But seeing as how it is getting to be dusk and I don't want to be awake when the phantoms come out, I am just going to quickly make my way to my survival starter house at the top of this hillside because, well, Phantoms, even though they are pretty cool and they are still classified as an entirely new mob. Hello, why couldn't I walk up the steps? There we go. They can be a little bit dangerous at times, and so I would rather not face them anytime soon on camera. So what we're going to be doing next in this video is we are going to be looking for some buried treasure. Now it looks as if at this point in time all I have to do now is head directly east, which is this way. So we're just gonna keep making our way over here. But one thing that I wanted to just talk about with you on camera is that if you didn't already know, for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter at Vanillaraccoon, I have received my official Vanillaraccoon postcards that I am going to be handing out at Minefair Chicago, which is on September 8th and 9th, and I cannot pronounce the convention center's name for the life of me, but I'll be sure to leave all the information down beneath the like and subscribe button of this video. But if you are going to be attending Minefair Chicago and you would like to receive one of the official Vanillaraccoon postcards, then all you have to do is come up to me at the Rising Star panel and go, "Heyo," and then I'll be happy to give you one. Or if you don't, then I'll still be happy to give you one, because for my OG viewers from the Road of Raccoon series here on the channel, I would always start off the video with a warm welcoming "Heyo," and I figured that would be a nice way to just say hello to you at Minefair Chicago. Now, before I forget to mention this, if you are attending or planning to attend Minefair Chicago and you haven't purchased your ticket yet, then feel free to use the promo code Rising Star when you are purchasing them, so that way you can get, I think, 25% off of your purchase. But again, all the information to that can be found right beneath the like and subscribe button of this video. Now it looks as if we have made it to our destination, and because I'm not entirely sure where this sunken treasure is at, I am just going to go ahead and find it off camera. But when I bring it back, we will together open the chest and see what kind of amazing loot is inside of it. Well, peeps, I guess I spoke too soon, because literally as soon as I started digging down, as you can tell with the 4 blocks of sand on the bar, I came to the chest. Now I know what you're thinking, Nilla, how do we know you haven't already peeked inside to see what kind of marvelous loot will come from it? And that is a good question, so you are gonna have to take my word from it. But seeing as how even to this day I still don't know everything there is to know about Minecraft 1.13 update aquatic, I'm not 100% sure as to what kind of loot we can obtain from the buried treasure chest right here. So on the count of 3, we are just gonna have to find out together. And 1, 2, 3. Wow, so it looks to be fairly reasonable. We have 15 iron ingots and then 1 golden ingot, but we have 2 cooked salam, then we have 3 cooked cod, 1 diamond, 1 prismarine crystal, and a heart of the sea. Now, if I understand things correctly, because I did watch a few guide videos from Waddles about what this update contains, the Heart of the Sea is something that can act as a beacon, unless that is just a conduit. If I am confusing the two, then oh well. But I'm going to have to do some research on what the Heart of the Sea does, because I would really like to get my hands on whatever it is that acts as an underwater beacon, which allows us to breathe. Because as we begin to wrap things up with transforming the NPC village, I would like to begin to work on a ancient wonder. Now, this is a great segue into a comment that was left on the previous video by Waddles, where he said that I should build something in the open area that is along the lines of mermaid statues that the villagers worship, or maybe even a lighthouse. And One ancient wonder that I really enjoy reading up on is the Lighthouse of Alexandria, or Lighthouse of Alexander. I think it's the latter, where essentially long ago there was a lighthouse, and then over time it started to crumble and fall to the point where it is now underwater. Yep, that's right. It is a lighthouse that is now underwater, and only the tip of it peeks out at certain times when the water level is high or low or something like that. So what I would like to begin to do with this series is begin to build stuff and start projects that are water themed, and I figured maybe not too far from spawn is where we can recreate the Lighthouse of Alexander. And so I think at this point now I am just going to begin to just tidy things up here and see what else I can get my build on with, and then from there we're probably going to have to call it a video. So if this ends up being rather short, I do apologize, but with that being said, let me go ahead and get my build on, and then we'll see what there is left to do. So you're probably wondering by now, which content creator am I acting as? And you're gonna have to leave your best guess down below in the comment section. Once again, whoever is the first one to guess correctly will win a special prize, but that is to be determined. So I'm currently sitting within my drowned farm that I had come across a tutorial on, and in the video it was stated that the drop rate or whatever the efficiency of it would be decent at best. However, unfortunately, I have not produced any type of loot whatsoever, and I AFK'd here for roughly 20 to 30 minutes. I went ahead and watched a Tango Tech video where he went and showcased a new wither skeleton farm, and during that time no drowned had spawned or no zombies had made their way underwater and turned into a drown. So if I had done anything wrong when constructing this, then call me out on it down below in the comments section. But whilst I was doing some research on the Heart of the Sea, I found out that that is part of the crafting recipe to make a conduit, which, as I stated in the previous clip, is what I really would like to get my hands on. So, like I said, the Heart of the Sea is one of the pieces of the crafting recipe, and if I remember correctly, I am going to need 8 Nautilus shells. Now, I did some more research on that to figure out what it is I have to do in order to obtain it, and it was either by creating a drowned farm, hence why I made that little drowned farm over there, or I could go about by fishing to get it, which prompted me to make this, which I came across a video on from Doc M77, who, if I remember correctly, also did a bit of a showcase video of someone else's design who has been playing a pivotal part within the tech or mechanical side of Minecraft, and he thought that this person deserved a proper shout out. So a link to that will be can be found right beneath the like and subscribe buttons of this video if you would like to check out that video on how this AFK fishing farm works along with the mechanics behind it. But as you can tell, at least it is pretty simple and should be fairly easy to make. Now, I sat here for about roughly 50 minutes watching the Halo 2 anniversary cutscene video, and during that time this is what I produced. Now, there's not too much good loot here, but there's not really so much bad loot. And what I mean by that is we now have a bow with the infinity enchantment on it, and I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think I can add that infinity enchantment to our pre-existing bow because infinity and mending has been nerfed to the point where they cannot coexist on a single bow. But that is okay, at least, because we can make a backup bow that we can begin to use, and this bow over here does have power 3, which isn't too bad. Now, this fishing rod does have Unbreaking 3 with lore 2, and this one here has lore 2 as well and Unbreaking 1, so I'm most likely going to combine the two off camera. But we also have some player heads, which is from the data pack that is made by Mad Cat that I'm using in this series. But we do have 3 saddles as well, which could come in handy if and when I need to go ahead and tame some wild horses. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this video, because I think I'm just going to go ahead and begin to spend the rest of this night AFK fishing in hopes of getting my hands on the Nautilus shells, so that way by the next episode we can go ahead and finally begin to get our build on in the water by using our conduit. So if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to your new home for entertainment. But do not forget to turn on notifications. That way, if and when they work, you will be notified when a new video is released. My name is Vanillaraccoon. You have been awesome. I would like to wish you a happy day. Go have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.